What's up, everybody, and welcome to Cannabis Talk News today. It is before market hours on August 13th in the morning, and I'm going to take a quick look at the EMERALD HEALTH THERAPEUTICS chart with you guys. This is EMHTF on the OTC ticker. Alright, folks. Now, as you might know, Village Farms International, that's VFF, they released their earnings yesterday evening, and I'm predicting that VFF is going to do very well. And why that's important is because EMHTF, that's Emerald Health, they have a joint venture, of course, Pure Sunfarms, which is a very large indoor facility in Vancover, in BC, and so Emerald Health, they own less than half of the joint venture in square footage, and I mean, if they're making 25% of this total profit, the total profit on the joint venture it's looking pretty good, and I think Emerald's going to make several million on the few months. Anyway, that's where we are right now. This is a zoomed out picture that I have up on the screen here, and the thing about Emerald is that you can see right here it's hit a low in August where we are, and these dates, I mean, okay, so I'm in the 1 week interval, but these dates, they're not very long ago. So this is a stock that right now it just closed just under $1.42. It's 141.70. But if you look at it, like, this is not a long time ago. Like, July 1st was very recent, and it opened at 186. It had a high of 190. And if you just look in August, it was at $2, and it's at $1.42 right now. And it was just it just peaked up there at, that was a pretty big jump from a previous day of 145 to the next day of $2. That's just a big spike out of nowhere from this decline here. This is the 1 week view again, so I can go way back to 2018. And one thing that I noticed is around this time, around this price range, $2.30, specifically right here, we're at the high of 225, and the next day it opens at 222. So it dropped on open 3 cents, and then it just goes up like, that's like an insane jump right here, and then it basically doubles in 2 days time. In like a week's time, this is just a doubling right here, more than doubling from here. From a low of 184 and 716 to in less than 2 months it made it to 450 from a low of 184. Anyway, that's massive, and I'm trying to point out it's the low is 220 here, and right here the low again is 233, and then basically you say 233, 230 and 220 range. And when it was climbing here, it just spiked and it dropped at $2. Now there's a lot of stuff to read on the Emerald. If you just look on their website, there's a lot of well-written articles. And I read somewhere that the new CEO that was recently appointed, he was given the option to buy, or requirement or something, to buy, or something like that, 360,000 shares at the price of $1.92. Alright, so that's going to be, I would say, a price magnet if they're just putting out a price like that where he's buying shares at that price, 360,000 shares. Now, there's things that Emerald is having to pay for, like rent, for the and building their Pure Sunfarms. They're paying $1 million per month, things like that, and up to a certain they have to pay $11 million for something, and then they're making money back. So that's and they're spending money on, but they're doing a lot of like they're doing a lot of like positive creation of stuff. So I think we're going to see that, and I think we're going to start with this jump on the positive earnings from Village Farms, because they beat their earnings on Pure Sunfarms expectations, and they're going to talk a lot in depth to the media about Pure Sunfarms. For the first time coming from Village Farms, they're going to be talking about it. And Emerald is, their partner in this operation, and I think they're going to get a jump right here at $1.41, where they're at $1.42, 141. They're going to jump, and I think they're going to, if they can get past this point of 220, I think maybe, let's say if they can get to 225 in earnings time, let's say 220, then maybe at earnings time at the end of August, which right now, again, it's August 13th, maybe by August 29th earnings, if it's at 220 from 141, it can jump up and make this enormous gap and settle in, in this range above $3. And this is a high of 380, so it would get to from 380. You see a low of 220 to 380. So yeah, I'm hoping maybe get to 220 by that. That would just be crazy. As you can see, it's done it twice before, so this is a stock with a history of, very much more expensive prices than it is now. One more thing to keep in mind when you're looking at the price of the stock and seeing if it is going to make the turnaround. Like, again, this is a weekly, so this is not the week's not done today. It's just Monday's completed. So this volume is only 292,000, but it's only from one day. So that's actually above average. And we want to see in this price range, we want to see to move upwards. I figured we want to see about 2 million. I was looking over here, like a nice upwards piece. So you want to see kind of like, if you could see 1.8 million or above, then in this price range, then you can kind of like do what it did back here, get the upwards motion. But it wasn't hitting exactly 1.8 million. If you look at the previous weeks, if you look at the volume, I'm looking backwards, 1.22, 795,000, 1.31, 1.12, 700,000. See, it's all less than it's less than the number I said, which was 1.8 million, which would represent about 300,000 a day. Because 5 times 3, 350,000 a day or so. It's going up here. Now this is 1 million and it's dropping, but no, look, the price is 243. So I was saying, in this price range, I think it needs to have. If you go here, you can probably confirm that. It needs to have like a 1.8 is the key number. 1.8. See, these are 2.5s and they're falling, but they're way more. It's a higher price range. And you'll probably see that here too. Oh yeah, I definitely saw that here. If you look at the history, this stock does not. Yeah, that's the beginning right here, kind of. And 393,000 in the week. And then you see when it gets to 1.8 at this price range, see it's at 3.26, and then it's flying already. It's not. See, then it's just. And then you see it's getting, these are higher price ranges, and you're going to see it up here at, yes, it's at 7 million, and it's falling a little, almost falling, but I think if it was, say, at this price range and it kept like a 5 to 7 million, then this would be doing good. But anyway, so it seems like the price range and the volume is going to have to be, you want it to be at a, what is it called, higher volume at a higher price range to keep that up. So yeah, I was looking at all these historical climbs, and this is not a long history, and it gives us a very brief chart to look through. So I'm just, zoom out and look at the big picture whenever you get stuck in your short-term trades. Now this, you might say, yeah, this is not a this is not how you trade just to get the lowest price. You want to kind of you want to look for a reversal pattern, and I think we're going to see a reversal this week is what I'm predicting. This is going to go up this week, and if they say if it closes in the high above the close here, 141, that's pretty. It's definitely going to close above 141, but wait, this is high 2, sorry, open is 175. So this high bar is a 175. Yeah, so this week closes over 175, then that's a reversal. And if this week closes significantly over 175, then that's a huge traversal, and that would be a reversal, and that would be a what do you call it? A bullish engulfing pattern with earnings coming up on August 29th. Again, that would be my prediction. That would be doing one of these, through one of the weeks coming ahead, a few weeks from now. Let's see here. Yeah, so again, this is the weekly. I'll go to the daily. And we're getting ready for the trading day of August 13th. And yes, we've gone through some weirdness in all this. First you think it's going to, you see this kind of a hammer thingy here. Think it's going to maybe come up off of this. And it kind of gets up off the ground right here, and then there's a star right here, a star pattern, which is called the doji star, the evening doji star, from a morning to the evening, and down to this puppy here, which is some sort of a doji of indecision, and it's just surrounded by a little bit of red, and nothing's really happening, whatever, and this is just stair-stepping down is what it ends up doing, right? But if you zoom out from all that business, it stair-stepped down finally to a certain place at a certain time. That's a low place at a time when VFF just announced their earnings. Pure Sunfarms is, come on, folks. And, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep track of this one on our watch list, or let's get this volume up a few, maybe a couple million a week, folks, and we'll be good on it. Let's get back up to the $5-7 range. At least keep it up over 420, right? All right, signing out, and remember to subscribe and everything. I'm up to about 15 subscribers, and I'd like to see a couple more, folks. See you next time.